The power of love is a curious thing. Makes one man come and another man come.
Comedy, come.
That's the power of come.
Sploosh.
This is very Germanic, and you guys are ruining it.
Sploosh.
There's a guy named Frankie.
Yeah.
And he doesn't live in Hollywood. He just goes to Hollywood.
So he lives in Silver Lake.
So, welcome to the podcast. Take two.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Talking Over Albums.
Sponsored by Zyrtec. Or no, Sherman's.
Oh, God.
What's that accountant guy's name? Hi, Bob.
As if Paul Sherman wasn't bad enough. Now there's like this tag team of him and this accountant.
I'm just going to drink my chocolate milk.
So, it's going to be a low energy Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood. We're all going to dance our socks off.
Should I get the fireball out? Will that fix it?
Relax. Okay, the episode 42, one doesn't matter. Frankie,
Nobody's counting.
I've been looking forward to this one for quite some time. Frankie Goes to Hollywood's Welcome to the Pleasuredome, dome. Okay, so there's the song Relax.
That's the one I know.
And I always thought it was just, whatever, it's that dumb 80s song. Never gave a crap. It was just like, whatever. It was like I kind of didn't even like it. It was just that annoying song from Zoolander. And then I...
He's but a child.
And I don't know... I don't know...
What's a Zoolander?
I don't know how or why I listened to the album. I think I just like the cover and the title. Like, I guess I like Pleasuredomes or something, whatever that is.
It's enticing.
Yeah, so I stumbled upon the album at some point, and it was like, holy... It was just like instantly my new favorite album.
Holy shit.
So like the first half is this concept thing of like...
The Pleasuredome.
A Pleasuredome, I don't know. With like undertones of war, and it's like sex and war. And then the second half is mostly like a...
Which is basically just guys sucking each other off.
So like it's not like a through and through perfect album. Like it's like a really good short album connected to just a regular group of songs at the second half. So mostly I just listened to the first 25 minutes of the album. I guess the first half. I think it's a double album, but yeah. So it's one of those few pop songs. It's not my favorite song on the album, or by any means my favorite 80s song, but yeah, Relax, like in the context of the album, like suddenly made sense, and okay, I get it. This is genius. Any thoughts on Frankie?
Should
Frankie
I go first?
say?
I remember the video, and I was just like, well, that's pretty much what gay people do as far as I know. It was just like a bunch of guys. It was just a bunch of guys hooking up with each other, but they couldn't like hook up with each other because it was still the 80s or whatever, so it was kind of like they would just come close to each other. Yeah, like magnets repelling each other. It's just kind of like, ooh, we need to get a
Yeah, they're kind of the village people of the 80s, which I don't know how much that really explains anything, because there were a lot of village people in the 80s.
They were like the Pet Shop Boys of the 80s.
Yeah, like an even gayer Pet Shop Boys.
Who were the Pet Shop Boys of the 80s?
Yeah, so every time I find a vinyl copy of Welcome to the Pleasuredome, I just buy it.
Because I'm going to wallpaper my bathroom.
The album is sick. So, I don't know, any thoughts on
Chris,
the
it's your
band
turn.
at all? I don't know. Any exposure to them or
I was
memories?
Go, and then
I have no exposure, really. I mean, I was alive in the 80s, so I know Frankie.
But you had the shirt that said Frankie Say Relax.
I didn't.
You did not?
I didn't.
That's
I wasn't that cool.
That was so... you couldn't afford the $45 for a white t-shirt?
Yeah. My parents were not going to get... They were not down for that.
Frankie Say...
Who the hell is Frankie?
So...
Frankie Say
yeah,
use a condom.
I'm very familiar with the one song. I have never listened to the whole album. I look forward to having my socks knocked off. So wait, but there is a guy named Frankie, though, right?
No.
He's the guy in the damn
I don't know any of the
concept.
names. You can do the research if you want, but I don't care.
I'm gonna do that.
Great album cover, and the music video is awesome too. It's one of those few music videos that actually is like a perfect visual representation.
Great album cover. I love how first you had album art, and everybody was like, "That's so important. What are you going to do with a CD?" When they snuck down to like 1/4 of the size, and now everybody has to figure out the album art from a 2-inch thing on Spotify. And it's just like, I'm looking at it going, I'll bet it is really cool album art, but good luck, Ranger. All right, ready? You could start. God, I wish I had that. I wish I
Billie
had
Jean,
those.
Legend of Billie Jean. I was right.
Yeah, Holly Johnson, great singer. I need to do more research on this to see if Holly Johnson has done anything since, and it's right here, so I can do it. So apparently he does, but he didn't. Because they had a brief revival. The Frankie Goes to Hollywood had, I think, it was only like a couple of shows, but they got like another younger singer who sounded like him. He was in a band called Big in Japan.
I have heard of that. And I don't just mean I've heard people use the phrase "big."
I think it's just, let's see what he's been doing.
Because they're big in Japan.
That's one of those things that's a little bit difficult to judge at this album, like how good. Because I've never seen footage of them performing during their heyday, so I don't know how much of it is production, how much of it was they're a really good band, whatever.
So
here's the world.
That sounds right.
All right. Here's the world is my oyster, and in parentheses, snatch of fury.
Okay, I would have listened to this much earlier if I'd have known that was the title of the first fucking
Oh my
song.
God.
Like
the Snatches of
Snatch
Fury.
of Fury.
Like it's not like none of this
Where's
is like
the
Spawn of the Love Pirate sings Snatch of Fury.
This album like seamlessly weaves between like an anti-war message and just sort of campy, over the top sexuality, but not like too campy where it's jarring. But
Snatch of Fury.
I love this.
I'm working your bass. Snatch of Fury.
I think it's playing.
Are we starting with opera?
Ooh, Flash Gordon.
I'm scared that it's going to blow my eardrums out in a second.
Ooh, there's
Snatch
people
of Fury.
howling. The howling.
This is very dramatic.
The world is my oyster. Second best 80s laugh behind.
Oh, do we do our shot now?
Oh, sure.
Well, there's always Vincent Price.
But he said when we laughed. Yeah, to all those listening, there's like music going on
There's
right
like
now.
an atmospheric thing going on.
Sure.
It's kind of a low-key intro to...
Yeah, it's like
what I was expecting.
synthesizer bell thing. What's that called? Ding, ding, ding.
And here's Welcome to the Pleasuredome.
This is a 13-minute version of this song.
I think that's all there is a 13-minute version of all.
Yeah, I don't think there's a radio edit.
Really?
Like the video might have been a little bit shorter, but
Not back then. They loved having 13-minute Michael Jackson type videos.
bird noises because you're in the Pleasuredome. It's atmosphere building.
Yeah,
It's
we're in the-
fucking
We're
awesome. Slow
in
build
the
up.
Pleasuredome.
You're in the bird sanctuary of the Pleasuredome.
The lobby.
The pleasure.
It's where the birds
The,
pleasure you.
the lobby of the where you get little birds pecking on your pecker.
Aren't you getting eargasms right
Ooh.
now? I'm getting eargasms.
Have you ever been in those bird things, like bird enclosures at zoos? Those things are horrifying.
I like them.
And the birds are always humping in there. It's weird.
No, the one that
I've
freaks me
never
out.
seen them humping.
Chris took me to a butterfly one time. That was the one that really got me. In San Diego?
Yeah, that was super cool.
No, it was not super
It
cool.
was super cool.
There's like butterflies flipping around everywhere.
Yeah.
Butterflies aren't meant to be caged. They're bugs with pretty wings.
The doors were wide open. This is groovy.
Yeah, it's
This
one
is
of
very
these where like they have this kick-ass bass line that doesn't really change throughout the song, but everything else around it builds up with it.
groovy. Ooh, now we got like aboriginals.
Those Aboriginal English guys on the West End.
The animals are winding up. So I think there's a lot of bestiality going on in this album as well.
Ha! Ooh, ah!
In Xanadu.
Erect.
Khan.
Did Kubla Khan erect?
Subtle.
Suddenly, it just seems like everybody just wants to bone.
Like, this is such a great sort of album. It's like the anti-Joshua Tree to me. You have, like, U2 with these wholly vast landscapes, and then you have Frankie Goes to Hollywood, like, let's just in a bathhouse.
Goes down to bone.
Yeah. WDTB. We're a long way from home. Welcome to the Pleasuredome.
They really get the message across without not a lot of lyrics.
I'm gonna give you a diamond shower.
Oh God.
Yeah, like
I'm already struggling to distinguish this song from the Frankie Says Relax.
You know, every time I hear,
I can see why it was kind of a one album.
Every time I hear gay house music, I think, anybody got any amyl nitrate?
No, and I think
rock hard.
And I think that's a reason why I ended up liking Relax in context, because the first half is a concept album, so you have like recurring musical themes.
Right.
So that's why it fits in with it, because it like
not
little
quite
themes
the same
here and there. Yeah.
A chord progression, but like he's singing the same couple of notes quite a bit. Like and the only other song I'm familiar with is that one, so I'm hearing it.
This is kind of like,
and man, he's got a unique voice. I can recognize it immediately.
I just had a thought. This is kind of like if the book The Hobbit, if the dwarves in The Hobbit were the village people.
This is how they would sing?
So, Wizard of Oz?
It's like concise self-indulgence.
This is better than anything I've heard in a nightclub, like a gay nightclub. What did we...
You have to stop saying that.
Well, no, like, when we go to those places, you know, you would take me to places, and they would play these things, and I was just like, this is so just...
Like the club music, the house music.
It's just mindless. There's nothing to it. Don't you want to experience somebody's thoughts? And I was wrong. I was completely wrong, because nobody wants to do that anymore. You know, like, there's a whole, what's it called, EDM thing, where you don't think at all, and it's like, wow, I was thinking in a completely different direction.
Are you saying this was the first and last gay concept album?
No, it's just no. I'm just saying this has. I knew exactly.
This is what he wanted from the club music when we went to places like Chester Street.
This is exactly what it is. I'm fine with it. I like it so far, but. This is what I thought I was going to hear going in, and I heard something much more inane, in my opinion. That's why I'm not a big club person. It's like,
That's why?
She drugged me to them numerous times. I tried.
I had that kind of power. Prince talks about it. You've heard of it.
I was just like, I give up, and I was just sitting on top of a speaker, and it was like vibrating me all over the place. And you came over, and you were like, "You're not really enjoying this, are you?" I'm like, "Well, I am now." Somebody's vibrating my balls at about 1,000 megahertz. It's kind of nice.
This is not closing out the song, by the way. It's got like 4 minutes left.
That's closing out the song on a 13-minute song.
And I think one of the interesting things about it is there's clearly a concept, but it's still vague enough where it's like...
I don't feel like there's a crescendo to this song, though. Is there a place where we come to a climax or anything?
Well, it was already there. The chunk of the song is already over, and then now it's...
Okay, so it was a mild rise.
This is an in-song
It's
seg.
welcome to the pleasure zone.
Yeah.
Look, I can joke as much as I want.
It's bringing you in.
I'm just saying. I just wondered.
It's just it's sagging into Relax. They're in the Pleasuredome, and now he needs to learn how to come.
You're exploring.
Oh, now he needs to learn how to come
before the war happens.
You got to learn how to come before the war happens.
Whose idea was it to do fireball shots?
Because that's the only rifle that works.
Oh, Jesus.
The moral of this story is, I think it's preventing war by sending people to a Pleasuredome. If people just knew how to relax and come, then they wouldn't get involved in war. I think that's
a reasonable point.
Oh, see, I thought you were using come as a weapon.
It might be that too.
Stop using cum
When
as a
two tribes go to war.
Why you gotta bring Cat Benatar into this?
Or war might just be a metaphor for sex. So I don't know what the
war is always a metaphor.
Oh, do you think?
So I don't know what the layers of meaning are here, really.
Oh, boys, they get so confused.
It's a Rorschach
war,
test
sex,
of
whatever.
Right, it's like a free.
As long as I'm sticking something in somebody.
Stick it with the pointy end.
Wait, what's it?
Works for almost everything.
Like, did you seriously take the last piece of pie? I will burn a bitch.
I want to do a musical of this.
All right.
They did. I think it's called Chess. One night in Bangkok.
I get my kicks above the waistline, sunshine.
Hey.
Oh, I'd let you.
That was a cool thing, though.
I'd let you watch. I would invite you, but the queens we use would not excite you. Oh, somebody do a mashup of Chess and Welcome to the Pleasuredome.
Oh, we got excited again. See, this was the crescendo, right? Mm-hmm. This is where we're coming to. They waited till the very end. They just went out for the night and now they're going home. Because they were. Remember at the beginning he said they were a long way from home and now they're going
that's what
home.
He's still saying. We're a long way
he's
from home.
still a long way from home.
Yeah.
Oh, it is the Hobbit.
Yeah. Well,
Cockring?
The world is my oyster.
He just ripped off everything from the 80s. Sunshine.
Don't worry. We're not here to hurt you. You will kill the Prime Minister of Malaysia.
is this Zoolander thing you're talking about again?
No matter what celebrities try to break your concentration.
Don't do it.
When you want to go to it, relax.
Relax.
Don't do it. When you want to come.
How did they get away with saying this? How? They couldn't say, I want your sex
because they
when
were
George
doing
Michael's
this.
album came out.
They were doing this hand gesture all the time that wasn't about.
Diamonds.
It was about
Well, I mean,
shower your face with diamonds. When you want to suck it to it.
I don't think CUM has ever been censored in music.
Semen.
Like, Come On Eileen is pretty obvious. Come On Feel the Noise. The title is CUM on Feel the Noise.
It's basically the theme of Navy Week in New York.
When you want
Shoot in the
to
right direction.
How did they get away with that? They couldn't use the word sex, but they could use that? I just...
Dream those schemes.
I don't understand.
Hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me with your laser beams.
Ow. Instead, I'm just drinking on an empty stomach.
Did you say jerk?
Woo, more shots.
Did you say jerking on an empty stomach?
Shot, 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 shot.
Hold on, ready? Oh, I thought that was the sound effect. Where it's like, in case you didn't get it.
Close your eyes, dumbass. You're about to get...
Showered with diamonds.
Wait, isn't that in the music video where they're just throwing water on people's faces? Like,
close your eyes, dumbass. You're about to get the bonus plan. Here, snort this. It's really funny that they didn't stretch that out, that bass part out more.
I was 9 years old, and this is what I was listening to. I just want to point that out.
Remember when we were discussing best of the 80s?
Yes.
This is one of those. George Michael's still the best.
No, this came out in 85, so I guess I was 12.
Yeah, we've been stuck in 86 for like 10 episodes now. It's great.
Well, it's because it was a great year.
Yeah, we haven't even done In Excess yet.
Inxis.
Inxis.
Inxis. Here's
clearly that was a great song.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no question about
What is it good for?
There's like a couple parts in here where they have like the spoken word thing, but it sounds like Ronald Reagan, but it's not. And I don't know if they intended it to sound like Ronald Reagan. I'll point it out when it shows up. It's like this guy who talks like this. Talking about the power of love or some shit. I need to
re-up.
Here's War. This is, I think there's three cover songs on this album. So this is their very abstract version of
so it's a
Good
God,
God, yo, what is it good for?
Okay, so all of this is just the synthesizer guy.
Yeah.
We got sweet bongos. We got a really nice bass line, but it's not a bass. Why they have a bass guy? Why don't they use him?
Here it is. This guy who sounds vaguely like Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's reciting though. I want to
devote myself to my thoughts.
Devote myself to my thoughts.
Who wants to die?
A lot of times when you listen to these things, do you ever find yourself trying to figure out if it's really intelligent or if it's somebody really dumb trying to sound intelligent?
Comrades.
Yes. What accent is this?
Yeah, who is that supposed to be?
I don't know.
It is close to trying to sound like Reagan.
Don't you know?
I don't think Reagan, though, because here's my problem with that. He would never have mentioned Che Guevara by name.
No.
Well, it's off enough that you know it's not the actual person, but it is almost like they wanted it to sound a bit like him. This is their big statement song, and I can't quite figure it out.
But as far as like kind of pseudo-intellectual preachiness, I don't think this ever gets into the water. It kind of skims on the surface of stupid occasionally, but mostly it's just kind of like for dramatic effect.
Well,
I don't think
I was going to say, right.
Trying to say anything.
To add on that, to pile on it, it's a cover song, but like where it's almost like they're trying to explain the song that they're covering, and you're just like, yeah, I got it.
Right.
These aren't.
That's all.
What he's
That's all.
speaking isn't
It's
the
not
lyrics.
I don't think of it as a bad thing,
song.
but it's kind of like what they did in the 80s anyway, where it's just kind of like, you know what this means, right? Like,
in case this wasn't obvious enough to you.
Yeah.
Here's a guy who sounds vaguely like Ronald Reagan.
We are elaborating on a classic.
Oh.
Or it could be they're English too. They're English. It could totally be their impression of what he sounded like, what he said, and what he talked like.
Right, maybe it's the British impression of Reagan.
Yes, you're missing this little this little spoken interlude by this British man who's talking about
here's how you have an orgasm. The sensation of an orgasm.
First put the cock ring on your head.
Here's Fury. This is the end of the concept part of the album, and the rest of it is just unrelated songs.
Woohoo!
When you wanna come.
What happens when you just accidentally your pants instead? Like, I don't get this one. It's another little interlude song, minute and 49. It's called Fury, but it's like a little truncated cover of the song Ferry Across the Mersey by Jerry and the Pacemakers. You know that?
Ferry across the Mersey.
Let's say yes. Okay, so I'm missing Fury.
That little tiny thing
Across
makes a lot of smell.
Mersey.
That's what she said.
Since we're all from Liverpool, remember when this was a Liverpoolian anthem for 10 minutes until the Beatles were just like...
This is like going to have a milkshake here in a minute. She's stirring that so much.
Yeah.
It's a bowl of cereal I get to drink with vodka.
Here's Born to Run. Yeah, so Ferry Across the Mersey by Jerry and the Pacemakers was like the anthem of Liverpool until the Beatles were like, F you, here's Strawberry Fields, and here's Penny Lane, and Suck on It.
Oh, this is kind of a straight cover.
Yeah. So the concept half is over.
Okay.
We're out of the Pleasuredome, and now...
No Pleasuredome. But Bruce Springsteen's still
now
here,
we're escaping to... We're Born to Run.
Yeah. They got bored. They got bored with the concept, and they're like, screw it, let's just do some covers.
Fun!
Although, I don't know how
Did
many
we get another one of his laugh?
Strap your heads, cross my engines. I can't. My voice is still not... I sound like Bruce Springsteen after 3 hours of singing. Love is real.
Oh, his voice is so clear, it kind of messes up the song.
I know, it's you can't feel the exhaust fumes from the Jersey Turnpike
in
your
have that.
face.
You don't have that. You wanna know love is real.
You know that when you strap your hands across his velvet engines, he's just gonna come.
He's gonna say relax, and then he's gonna come.
You ain't pretty, but you're alright.
Podcast over.
I win!
I'll do the saxophone solo.
Oh, you know what this is? We actually know how to play our instrument song. You listen to the first half of the album.
This is not a synthesizer. That's an actual
You listen to the
bass.
first half of the album, and I kept going, is this a bass player going through a effects pedal, or is this just somebody winding it up with a synthesizer? You know, that happened a lot in the 80s.
Right.
Well, I kind of like that where it's like, okay, you're going through the Pleasuredome, and then they put on a concert at the end.
TV. There was no TV.
Remember Night at the Museum 3?
Do you know what TV I saw back in
Heist?
the 90s? I was watching, what were those 3 TV shows that Pamela Anderson had on it?
There was Baywatch Nights, and then there was VIP.
Mm-hmm. I think there was another one too, but those were on
Yeah,
all.
she wasn't on Baywatch Nights.
By the time I got home from school and drinking and stuff, that was what I watched all the time, and I was like, TV is stupid, and I'd go to bed.
It was Coach, Baywatch Nights, and VIP.
Okay, here's another cover, which is a very odd one.
Do
What's with the
you
asses?
know
What's
the
that about?
way to San Jose?
Sadomasochistic.
This is Do You Know the Way to
Do
San
you
Jose?
know the way
Why on
to
earth would they
San
do
Jose?
this?
Okay.
Did somebody tell them that Do You Know the Way to San Jose is a terrible song?
It's the version of Girl From Ipanema.
Also, this is kind of a version of Do You Know the Way to San Jose?
Well, there's your boy Burt Bacharach and Hal David. Okay, so there's only 3 covers just right off the bat. Oh boy, this song, no matter how
Do we have to listen to all of this one?
This is one of those rare songs that doesn't matter how you cover it. It sounds like Muzak no matter what.
I think that's the hallmark of a really bad song.
I don't know if I'm in a casino or if it's like a kitschy retro atmosphere.
No.
That's the only time I ever like the.
I mean, I'm on board with Girl From Ipanema.
Oh, I love that song, but
Yeah.
in general,
This song?
like the.
No.
You know the way to San Jose.
You know what I really want to
It's
hear right
making me
now?
burp. The way he was singing it.
Just wish the lads were here
Sorry. It just made it sound
so
like...
that I could come on them. Is there a theme here? So he's born to run. They're going to San Jose. Now they wish the lads were here. I don't know what the Ballad of 32 means or what Crisco Kisses means or...
Crisco Kisses? I'm sorry, but that's got to be a sex thing.
Black Night, White Light, the only
Yeah.
star in heaven. Power.
Black Night, White
How about
Light.
your chocolate starfish? How do you feel about a chocolate starfish?
You leave my drink out of this.
All right, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I hardly ever listen to this past Born to Run.
So we're just going to chat through the rest of the album.
Yeah. That can happen.
So I'll be completely honest and say it's a perfect EP. I just cherish that first disc. That's about it.
Okay,
The
this
rest of
song
this
is
is
this song
alright.
is fine. It's a big improvement on the last two. Those 2 covers are awful. That shouldn't have happened. This is not the best song on the album, but it's at least in the same
what's that?
genre, and like I like
Wait.
this. One of my totally not gay boyfriends in high school turned me on to Erasure.
Totally not gay, boyfriend. Seriously, you're going there, huh?
I mean, Erasure was his favorite band.
Which one was that?
You're missing an opportunity to write a book called
It's-
My Gay Boyfriend.
It's yet another totally
Yeah,
straight,
that's every woman I've ever met.
totally straight guy that I dated that basically made no.
Well, oh,
You're yelling through my punchline. Yet another totally straight guy that I dated in high school that never once tried to get me naked. Because he's that straight and so respectful.
right.
And his favorite band was Erasure.
And his favorite band was Erasure. Yeah. 1, 2, see your boobs.
I enjoy having these conversations so Brett can listen to them and edit them out later.
Yeah.
Podcast high in your water heater is called Fury, just like the fucking song on this album.
Our water heater is called Fury?
Fury.
It's called Ream.
Fury.
I'm going to start calling it that now. Hey, honey, Fury needs to be turned up a little bit. I'm cold.
I don't know. I was just tinkling and looked at it and it says Fury.
Did you wash your hands after you tinkle?
Nope.
Well, at least you're honest.
I don't touch my wiener when I pee. So.
You just let it go like a fire hose?
Yep.
That explains why I have to
Worry about
hose
that,
that
but I
area
don't
down regularly.
I don't ever clean
You know what
the
I
food
do
on there
now?
anyway.
You know what I do now? I just buy a gallon of bleach.
Siggy's fault. He's trying to learn how to pee like a human.
He perches over the area.
He pees on his foot every time he pees.
All the time.
I've seen this thing where you can
He
train.
needs to wash his hands after he pees.
I've seen this thing where you
He does.
you can train cats how to stand on a toilet and.
Train him to do it.
You put the kitty litter over the toilet, and that you can buy a little plastic thing that covers your toilet when you're not there, and you put like some kitty litter in it, and they poop in it. You have to get back before they have to poop again, though, or they go somewhere else.
But like
I've heard the stories.
On your favorite dress or in your shoe?
No, that was a dog. That's what dogs do.
No, the cats did it to all my clothes. Only one dog did it to my shoe.
is that like a burying your thing? Like, do wolves do that?
They all do that. Dogs do it too. But dogs always like walk a couple of steps away and start going.
I think they're more like trying to clean their feet and not so much trying to cover their track. Oh, right. This is still playing. What is this one? The Ballad of 32. Oh,
It's the
32
Ballad of
has no lyrics.
I don't want to get to the rating portion of this. I'll just say.
No, we said we were going to talk through
Jane
the rest of this album. That's what we're doing.
I'll say I'm not looking forward to the
I'm done with
rating portion.
Sergio.
Because it's just going to be first half 110%, and the rest of it I don't really care that much. Well, that petered out. Here's Crisco Kisses. It seems really gross. You're like wiping Crisco on your mouth. Like,
I don't think it's on your mouth.
I don't think it's on your mouth.
ew.
It sounds like a frothy dick to me.
Ew.
What's the word for that again?
Oh, now it's called a perestroika.
I think it's called the Frankie Say.
No, what's that guy's name? Pataki?
The Pied
No.
Piper.
I don't remember.
You know what I'm
Well,
talking
I guess
about.
I know what
Find
you're talking
out.
about. It's that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's called the frothy.
I'm just going to write up the word frothy and
The
see what
Frothy
happens.
Modelo.
The frothy.
What's going on down there? I'm not going anywhere near that.
David Lee Froth would be a good porn name. Frothy Kisses Never Misses.
Chris, what's
Huh?
your porn name?
Stormy Sand.
Hunger, hunger, I love like thunder, yeah. Hunger, hunger, you feed my hunger, yeah. Hunger, hunger, yeah. Take it to the top, my love. Let's take it to the top with a fist way past the rest.
Whoa!
Take it to the top. You fit me like a glove, my love. You fit me like a glove. Give my friend my bebop. Take it to the top, my. Oh, this song's about fisting.
I hear the guys like that.
You fit me like a glove.
Santorum. It's Rick Santorum.
Oh, it's the Santorum.
You fit me like a glove, my love, my little puppet glove. Give my friend my bebop.
I hear good things.
Anal fisting? But what does that have to do with the Crisco Kisses?
How do you think the fisting happens?
Crisco. It's like an ad for Crisco. Crisco. The only...
Oh, gee, Christ.
The only oil you need when you need oil.
Oh my god, that took so long!
Do you have any hand sanitizer?
That took
Yes.
so long. How did that take so long?
It's by the toilet that you didn't wash your hands after you used. Well,
I don't want to listen to this anymore. Here's Black Knight, White Light.
How did that take so long?
now I hate this album. Chris, how many times have you heard that?
I should probably do that shot you gave me, but it's over there. I used to be invincible. Wait a minute, that's an old Ani song. I used to be invincible, and then I met you.
Editing that out. There's Black Knight, White
You gotta
Knight.
shoot him in there really fast.
I'm not
so he
going to
doesn't
quote
notice
the
him.
rest of it or anything.
No, sing us a song, honey.
Ooh, I would love Ani DeFranco to do a cover of Relax. Should send her a letter and just...
Why? Because you wanted to fall asleep while you were listening to
No,
it?
so we can do like a
I will throw some to you.
tell her, well,
It's okay, I'm covered in dog hair already.
do like a podcast exclusive of, I can imagine how it would go. Where she would stop the song in the middle to give some speech about how she doesn't want to do the song.
That sounds like more like Bono.
Let's bring it down so I can talk about the children with no toes and
Bring it down.
Azerbaijan.
Bring it down now. Sing hallelujah, y'all.
What's this fucking song about?
I don't know, man.
Hallelujah.
It ain't Crisco Kisses, though.
We are all leaders, and nothing can beat us. I feel so good, the angels can take you there. You better beware of devil may care. Tell me where you want to go, blah, blah, blah. Heavens, blah, blah, blah. Leaders, hallelujah, blah, blah, blah.
It's about nothing.
It's like
Yeah.
somebody else wrote it.
Chasing the
It's about
dragon.
nothing.
Chasing the dragon. Get up that dragon, boy, yeah. Rub your body up. Work it so good. Gotta get up on it. Going up, showing it off. Yeah, we're on a
Well,
journey.
they found a way to make it about sex.
Right.
So they took somebody else's song and they added a lyric that made it about sex and put it on this album.
Side 2 gets boring really fast. That's a lot of albums. We keep listening to ones from the 80s and they all get really boring.
In the 80s, they did not expect you to flip that tape over.
No. I'm leaving this. English people like proving that they can rap.
I mean, you know, we all are rappers inside.
Yeah, see, without the pizzazz, it just kind of sounds like...
Did they stop... Did the producers stop working on the second half?
That's my guess. But, like, it sounds like deflated Duran Duran without all of, like, the production pizzazz of the first half.
No echo.
No.
All right, where's the disgusting punchline to this one? Get hot, red hot. Everybody create your bait. Everybody create before it's too late. Life like a diamond ring. All right, cool.
I don't know about that.
It's not even just song quality. It's like night and day between the production of the first 30 minutes and the rest of the album. Where, like, everything is so perfectly balanced.
Like the guy just walked out?
Yeah,
so...
so...
like...
that's my guess, is they got Trevor Horn for, like, 2 days and made the first part of the album, and then the rest of it was just them.
They couldn't afford the rest.
Because it's like this beautiful
It's muted.
ice cream sundae in the first part, and then just like this, I don't know, okay soup.
Or they figured out very quickly that there was only one song worth hearing, which is Relax.
So they gave it a great intro and a great outro.
Right.
And then they said, F it on the second side.
And he's like, I'm out. You don't even have an entire album's worth of material.
First 30 minutes, incredible. But I
very
wish,
engaging.
like, the album is too long. They should have shortened it up and worked on increasing
It should have been a
the
dance
concept.
EP. I remember those. Remember those back then? They didn't need an entire album.
This has that
This
nugget
feels
in
like
it.
this feels like you're trying
has,
to f me into buying an album.
This song has the essence of what was good about the first song.
Yeah, this album is 64 minutes long. It did not need to be that long. It should have been a 40-minute long album, and they should have increased.
They should have ditched all the covers.
Yeah, ditch all the covers and
86 that.
and try to sprinkle the sprinkles more onto the other things. Yeah, because it did not need to be.
This is almost a good song right here. What's this one called? This is fun. It's got the beat. It's like I feel like I want to bounce. Bouncing is good, especially in the 80s.
Yeah, but it
just feels kind of generic, though.
Right, they could have worked on this a little bit more and made it something.
Right, there could have been a little more spice.
It's not like they needed lyrics. It was the 80s.
This feels a little Patti LaBelle backtrack, like deep track.
Yeah.
Instead of...
Like, I think it's still a second side song. But
instead of Pointer Sisters right out in front of you.
And they could have, like, dumped all the covers.
Everybody's burning, doing the neutron dance.
Yeah, you can hear the blueprint for a good song. It's just missing every little interesting detail that shows up on the first part of the album.
Yeah, everything you buy the producer for. Where'd he go?
I'm guessing they just didn't have him very long.
He was at Ted Templeman's house in California having a blast.
They only had enough Coke for 2 days.
I'm just saying.
Here's the power.
I'm going to go to London and power. I'm going to do 2 songs. Whatever they can do in 2 days, that's what I'm doing.
The power of love is a curious thing. Makes one man come and another man come.
Come.
That's the power of come.
Sploosh.
This is very dramatic, and you guys are ruining it.
Sploosh.
I'm gonna shower you in diamonds.
Yeah, you're going to shower me in diamonds, baby.
Mm-hmm. Stick with me, sister. You'll be farting through silk.
The angel makes the angels cry. Was that jizz in my pants? It's very fading.
Yes.
Boring! I'm not broken, though.
I want you.
No, it's not broken. It's not. This isn't gonna break us.
Mostly because I'm holding it together because I have to pretend like I like all of this.
You don't have to pretend like you like all of it.
No, it's not the perfect album. It is not George Michael's Faith.
We've never found a perfect album yet.
What are you
really.
talking about? We all agreed that George Michael's Faith was the perfect album.
No,
close.
there is a couple of songs that are... Come on now.
Man, I wish I
We agreed.
I wish I could
go back and listen.
I wish I could
We did.
visually represent this for the non-audience, but like this album is on the graph like
Yeah, it sort of flatlines after a while.
Yeah, it kind of dies on the
it's like a kick-ass dragon with a really long limp tail.
Skinny limp tail.
Boring.
Skinny limp tail.
I mean, you know I never do this, but I say we skip the rest of this song. This song kind of sucks.
I agree.
This is terrible.
You just used up the last of your
Snooze
talking over
fest.
albums points. Just like three and a
Well,
quarter.
that's
I had an
not...
Ani reference and a skip.
She goes, that's not Wham. This...
Yeah, when are we going to do a Wham album?
And the album ends with banging.
It is called Bang! It's called Bang!
Banging.
Yeah. See,
This is Bang?
right.
They're going to have a bang soon, right?
Like, I'm more than willing to accept this is just like a good EP attached to a mediocre album.
Oh,
but,
it's 1 minute.
But at the bare minimum, they could have at least like tacked on some like pseudo conceptual like bookend to it, and they don't. So like that's the only real negative I'm gonna give this is they could have at least tried to bookend it.
Yeah. They could have had a thing and they didn't do it at all.
Like a just do a
And it probably had
reprise.
something to do with, like, I think we were onto something a little earlier. It probably had something to do with money. In the 80s, it was all about money. Like, oh, we did too much blow.
What the hell just happened?
I don't think that was over. I know it was only a minute, but
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Did they go to commercial in the middle of the last minute of this album?
I think so.
Those bastards.
Okay, I said what I wanted to say. Yeah, pretty much.
I
Yeah.
feel like my favorite song is Crisco Kisses now.
First 30 minutes, so the first disc of the album, A+++++. Rest of it,
Yeah.
competent, but not very interesting. And at the bare minimum, they should have at least done a reprise of the recurring musical themes in the very beginning, but they didn't. So I'll subtract like half a point. So as an overall package, 8.2. I'll give it 3 Crisco kisses out of 4.
All right, I'm ready to give my rating. 6 Ziggy Don't Hump That's out of 10.
How many snatches of fury would you give this?
Well, the first half gets
Mine
all
was
the Snatches of Fury.
She did Ziggy don't hump that.
Yeah, this album gets 6 stop humping that's out of 10. But, you know, if we were only listening to the first half, it would get like 9.5 don't hump that's.
It's crazy. Out of all the albums we listened to, this is the first one where he hasn't humped something.
Yeah.
That's very strange. He was not listening to Crisco Kisses after all.
Mm-mm. And then...
Yeah, they could have gone to from 6 to 9 stop humping that's.
Right.
If they would have just ditched those 3 covers where they added nothing. They got nothing out of the effort they put into that. That was they should have made
it was kind of like blam blam blam.
Absolutely.
And then
it turned into stop humping that.
Right, you both have 2 minutes to close.
There you go.
It.
All right, I'm done.
Can we say a prayer to
Jason
YouTube Jesus?
Where is the holy sacrament of subscribers?
Adieu, and remember to relax when you want to come.
Apparently.
Amen to that, sister.
Suddenly, it just seems like everybody just wants to bone.
Stick it with the pointy end. 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 Because he's that straight and so respectful. Stick it with the pointy end.